So here we're going to talk about analyzing mood and tone. So when you're identifying the tone and the mood of a text, it helps you understand and analyze the meaning of the text. These two things are very different though. So tone, let's talk about it first. Tone is the author's attitude or feelings about the subject, how the author feels. You can recognize this tone or this attitude by the language or the word choices the author uses. You can also tell by the punctuation. Tone must be inferred. Tone is explained using descriptive words. You have to figure this out. Are they being sincere? Are they being serious? Is the author being encouraging? Is he being paranoid, somber, playful, humorous? Second is the mood. So the mood is the feelings created for the reader by a text. Mood, me. How do you feel when you read it? You can recognize the mood by the words and the details that the author includes. How are they trying to make you feel when you read the text? It has to be inferred also. So let's look at some mood words. You might feel mysterious, or you might feel gloomy as you read it. Maybe you feel joyful. Maybe you feel morbid, comical, maybe eerie, right? Let's practice. Finally, one of the girls pointed to the grass and giggled. Meow! A cat sat on the edge of the field and licked its paw. They did indeed have company. The girls ran over to the cat and pet his belly. They laughed, and the cat sauntered back to the field. What tone is the author using? What is the author's attitude towards the girls and these cats? Happy, content, playful, lighthearted. All of these are the tone. We have words like giggled, right? The girls ran over and pat his belly. They laughed. All of these words are happy words. They're content, playful, lighthearted. I don't really want you to use the word happy. I like all the other words. Let's practice another one. After New Year's Eve, time came to put all the decorations away and settle in for the long, cold winter. The house seemed to sigh as we boxed up its finery. The tree was dry and brittle, and now waited sadly by the side of the road to be picked up. What mood is the reader feeling? What mood are you supposed to feel as you read this passage? You should feel sad, depressed, or dreary. Here's why. The author used these words. They use the words sigh. They use the words sigh, brittle, and sadly. Those words should make you feel a little down. So that's it. There's an introduction to mood and tone. You're going to be working with these in all the passages that we read. So just to sum things up a little bit and practice one more time. Tone is the author's attitude towards the writing, the audience, his characters, the situation, and the readers. A work of writing can have more than one tone. An example of tone could be both serious and humorous. The tone is set by the setting, the choice of vocabulary or diction, and other details. Remember, the tone is the author's attitude, while the mood is a general atmosphere created by the author's words. It is the feeling that the reader gets from reading those words. It may be the same as the tone, or it may change from situation to situation. Either way, think mood, me. How do I feel while I'm reading this? Now, always, for tone and mood, you can go back into the text and find words or phrases that support the tone or the mood. You have to be able to prove what you're saying. Why do you feel the way you feel? What words did the author use that made you feel that way? Or why do you think the author is angry? What words is the author using to show us that? So take a look at this passage. This is from The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. This is a book you'll be reading in 11th grade. And here's what the passage says. For the most part, it's talking about soldiers in the Vietnam War and what they carried with them. For the most part, they carried themselves with poise, a kind of dignity. Now and then, however, there were times of panic when they squealed or wanted to squeal but couldn't, when they twitched and wanted to make moaning sounds and covered their heads and said, "Dear Jesus," and flopped around on the earth and fired their weapons blindly and cringed and sobbed and begged for the noise to stop and went wild and made stupid promises to themselves and to God and to their mothers and fathers, hoping not to die. All right. So if we look at this passage, the subject of this passage is war. How does the author feel? Remember, the author feels is the tone. The tone. What is the tone? Well, the tone in this passage is realistic, terrified, or fearful. And we can prove all of these by showing certain words that the author used. Well, by using panic, twitched, sobbed, begged, hoping not to die. This all shows us this terrified or fearful tone, right? That's how the characters feel, the characters in this story. That's the author's attitude towards these characters. He knows that they're feeling this panic, that they are squealing or wanting to squeal. It's also good to note that this tone is realistic. He's not using a whole bunch of fancy language here to describe these men in war. He's being very realistic about them and how they feel and how they are acting. So the tone, the best tone here, I believe, is realistic. Now, how do I feel reading this? What might my mood be? Well, I'm looking at those exact same words that are noted for tone, and the fact that these men are sobbing and begging and they're hoping not to die. I'm feeling very sympathetic towards them. I feel a little worried for them. I feel badly for these men. That is my mood, and that is the difference.